You too. Oh.
I remember when one year when we came down to your place for Thanksgiving and you bought all the paraphernalia for a fried turkey. I thought that's the craziest idea I ever heard of. But that's the best turkey.
It was good.
And Jenny took over taking care of the ham, and I baked all the pies.
Color on these trees is really nice.
I'll tell you what, these trees are so pretty. Yeah, I was gonna say, get a picture of the bridge. That's so pretty.
I've got it on video right now.
Yeah.
So it's recording us too. Get a size of how big that bridge is when you look at the trucks going across there.
Look here, right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the trolley.
Yeah. They're walking the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see y'all at church in the morning, Pop. We're gonna meet y'all out there.
Richard, I'd like to take Esther with us to go visit Martha. Is it okay with you?
You feel like another visit?
Yeah, now. She hadn't seen Martha in a long
They
time.
didn't bring her back? Or?
Well, certainly, it wouldn't leave her there.
We're heading out too.
Okay.
She'd love to.
And Richard, Christine and them are gonna come to our church in the morning.
Yes, I've
I didn't know if you-
All right, guys. Rick again. It was good to see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
We love
And all the reindeers of death, as they started out with Katie, up the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history.
Thank you, Dad.
He was good.
Here we go. We're live. It's video. Olivia, Seth, Jennifer, and we're going up there. 70 stories, I think it's 750 feet.
While indulging in a variety to see, our final stop will be the observation deck, where we'll enjoy breathtaking views of San Antonio's spectacular
What do you think?
trying to catch the
That
first
view?
star sign.
There is a little girl who has a curl. Not just one in the middle of her forehead, no, but all over her hair, so blonde, just like the morning sun. Her name is Olivia Clare, and she is so fair. Her mommy is Jennifer Marie. She's also fair, you see. Her dad is Seth Joseph, who loves her dearly. Williams is the last name of this trio so dear. Grandfather is Rick Reed. Gigi is Vernita Reed, and so is our family tree.
That's beautiful. When did you write that? Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember when you wrote that?
No. It probably was after I visited y'all in Thanksgiving.
That was 2011, right? 2011.
Yeah, 2011. I bet it was when I come home because I had her on my mind. I bet that's when I wrote it. I failed to put the date.
Well, now we know about when it was.
Huh?
We know when it was now.
I think it was written after I visited you Thanksgiving holidays in 2011.
Oh, beautiful. What was this one about?
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, what was it? Why did you write this one? Why did you write this one?
I don't know. I guess I heard a preacher preaching or something.
Ah, okay.
All right, the title is Examples Set by Three. And the author is Vernita Reed. They would not bend. They would not bow. 3 Hebrew young men erect stood firm. Into the fire they were thrown, the 3, but 4 walked around, you see. And number 4 looked like a son of God. Oft you may feel as if you are in the fire. Just know there is one in there with you, and you'll come out okay, you see. So don't bend, don't bow, stand firm.
Amen.
Did you find the box, Cindy?
It's not this one.
No, it's a small stationery box.
Was that?
My birthday.
Okay.
My birthday, October 4, dawned cloudy and with rain. My wish for sunshine was in vain. With umbrella o'erhead, I walked to my car, birthday gifts and tall. Drove to Lipsey-Cole, Germantown, not far, to Mike's home where we all met to celebrate Cindy's, Vicky's, Ray, Rob, and me. Oh, celebrate birthdays 5. Lots of good food we all enjoyed, then opened gifts, all 5 of us, you see. Then something else unexpected hit. Pain. No more than I expected, an all-day rain. Bursitis gives no warning, I assure you, and you are the victim. Seems nothing you do alleviates deep, penetrating pain. So my birthday was marred by pain and rain. A couple days later ended happily, it's true, for Mike delivered to my apartment gifts too. A Newport swing Rick ordered and a nice bookcase too for Mike. That many books will hold, that's not all. Cindy came and assured me her brothers too had confidence she could assemble them too. All afternoon she labored long. No, she never whistled or sang a song. But by evening my swing swung low, and bookcase had shelves in it too, see. The water filter Cindy gave me was attached too. So this little poem ends on a happy note, it's true. Mom, me, was no longer sad, but very happy and glad. How'd you like that?
That was funny. That was good.
Great. Started off interesting. Sweet.
Once there was a little girl, her hair was straight, no curl. She cried, I want my hair. I don't want my hair to be straight, but curly and fair. Oh yes, her name was Chloe. A sweet little girl, don't you see? So Mommy let her a permanent get. No trouble, just cost, so she wouldn't fret. I have a confession to make, don't you see? That little girl was me.
I don't know. Now,
Tell me.
are you the oldest?
What?
Are you the oldest?
Am I what?
The oldest.
Yes.
And Esther.
What about it?
And Esther, you're the baby sister?
Well, what about it?
Are you the baby sister?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know you're younger than me.
Okay.
All right, we're about ready for a picture here?
Yeah.
All right, give me just a second, okay?
Let me have to live through filing my toenails. I'll get the scissors and whack them off. Then she can give me my pedicure.
There you go. You're so funny.
I have some real interesting experiences.
I bet you do.
I do, really, I do. One day, I had 2 preachers in one day. I have a hospice chaplain comes once a week, a young man, full beard, but he's a fine young man.
What's his
Has
name?
A little girl 2 years old, and 2 little boys 5 and 7. Okay, then he came, and then a young preacher from our church called and says, will it be okay if I come visit you? I said, come ahead. So he came, so I had 2 preachers. I said, I don't know if God's trying to tell me something or what. He sends me 2 preachers in one day. But I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, if I didn't, I would be like these old ladies that had the molly grubs. I would, if I can't be happy, I don't want to live.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to live. If I have to live with a, I wouldn't want to live.
I don't blame you.
It wouldn't be fun
Uh-uh.
to live with myself.
Your perm looks good.
Huh?
Your permanent looks good.
It turned out good, didn't
It
it?
turned out real good.
Yeah. Betty's good. She's good.
It did turn out really good.
She's in her 60s, still doing hair. She
loves,
can retire. She's 67.
she loves doing it.
You would never know it. She's so active.
You just stop.
And she's got 2 little dogs that you would think they were her kids. She's never had children.
Yeah.
I think she must have had to have a hysterectomy, and so she never did get to have any kids. But she's raised 2 nieces like they were her own children. The parents, her nephew and his wife, separated. Instead of either one of them getting the kids, she got them. And she raised her
So
nieces.
she had.
And they consider Betty their mother. Well, you know, like a mother.
Right.
But now they know who their real mother is. Thanksgiving, guess what? I said, Betty, are you going to have a big Thanksgiving dinner? She said, yeah. You know who's coming? The girl's mother and dad. The one she's raised. They come to her Thanksgiving. But she's raised those girls. Now one of them's married and she's got a baby, and she left, went clear to Nashville to get to see that baby. They live at Nashville.
Right.
And one of the girls she raised has made a lawyer and married a lawyer. So she's done pretty good
Yeah.
with raising these kids. She's got a nice home. She turns her dining room into a beauty shop just on the day she does hair. So she puts a great big mirror in the middle of her fancy, nice, big dining table. She sets a big mirror in the middle of it. She's got a hair dryer sitting over here in the corner. One hair dryer. And you do your own shampoo, but if somebody needs a shampoo and doesn't give themselves one, she'll take them in the kitchen and douse them under her sink. She'll shampoo them.
Bend over.
And you know what? I only had to pay $40. Any other place you get a permit, it's about $100.
Oh yeah.
I paid. It has on one side is the song. You can play it. You know, it's got the music and everything. And then on the other side, it's the story of the author, why he wrote it, and the year. One of them was written 1920, before I was born, 23. And some of them were written back in the 1800s. And the stories of why, the only song that his dad and I ever sang as a duet was God Leads Us Along, is the name of it. But I never had read the story. My glasses are driving me crazy. I never did get something to clean them. I never did know how come the guy wrote it. But when I tell you the story, you'd probably be as shocked as I was.
Why don't you sing it?
Huh?
Why don't you sing it?
Well, in just a minute. In shady green pastures so rich and so sweet, God leads his dear children along. God leads his dear children along. Some through the water, some through the floods, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Some through great trials, but God gives us all in the night season and all the day long. Okay, that's a song. Now let me tell you the story. It beats anything I ever heard. This couple, man and wife, were missionaries, home missionaries. I mean, they didn't go off somewhere in a foreign land, but they went wherever there's needed right around them. Okay, they saved up money till they had enough money to buy a little piece of land and built themselves a cottage. Just little small cottage just to hold their treasures. Then they got this missionary call, and they answered the call and left. When they come back, guess what they found?
Oh.
their little cottage was in ashes. Some mean, despicable person who didn't like the message of salvation that he preached burned it down to the ground. Then he wrote this song. How could he write this song after having his house burned down? Shady green pasture, so rich and so sweet, God leads his dear children along. Da 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 da. God leads his dear children along. Some through the mountains, some through the fire, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Da 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 da. It's a beautiful song, and wait, your grandpa and I used to sing it. We'd sing together on the first verse. I'd take the solo on the second verse. He'd take a solo on the third verse. Then we would sing together on the fourth verse. That's the way we did it. It's the only song we ever sang together. But when I read that story, I couldn't get over it. I was just shocked that somebody could write a beautiful song like that after having their house burnt down.
Well, just thankful that they weren't in it, or nobody got hurt.
Well, it's for sure, when we die, there's nothing we can take with us.
Right.
You can have the greatest job in the world, you can have the greatest house in the world, you can have riches untold in the bank, you may have savings, but when you go up there, you can't take nothing with you. So, why worry about accumulating? That's why I'm poor as Joe's turkey.
Poor as Joe's turkey? I ain't never heard of that.
You had never heard of that. I don't remember ever hearing it either. I guess I just,
Made it up.
no, I guess I heard it or I wouldn't have said it.
Oh yeah, big and fluffy, and there's it's because of the sun.
And the sun was shining so bright,
Yep.
I loved it. And I had 2 seats. That plane was crowded, but they liked 2 people having every seat full. So I got a double seat and another lady behind me got a double seat.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then they brought the wheelchair. I walked to the front of the plane. Then they brought a wheelchair and pushed me. Boy, we had a long ways to go, that baggage claim. Y'all did too.
Hey, you're worth the wait. You're worth it.
I'm worth it.
Of course.
Thank you, Lord. My granddaughter said I was worth it.
You sure you don't want no more water?
Huh?
You don't want any more water?
I may if I sit here long enough. If he's gonna go before 4 o'clock, we'll have to be going pretty soon.
What time is it?
It's 3 now.
Oh, it only takes about 15-20 minutes to get home. It only takes about 15-20 minutes to get home.
I know.
Or,
I figured that.
especially, it's Monday, isn't it?
I'm glad you got a nice house. It'll just take some doing to get it like you want it.
Yeah, oh, I know. And we got a bunch of rose bushes that go along the fence over there.
I love your rock garden.
I
I do.
know. It's
It's
interesting.
different.
No mowing.
Huh?
No mowing.
Betty has a beautiful rose bush at the corner of her house, and she's got those, what'd you call them, Jews, wandering Jews? She's got a whole bunch of them. She hates them with a purple passion.
Really? I think
Because
they're
they
pretty.
cover her sidewalk. She has to cut them.
I think they're pretty.
She don't like them. Because they cover her sidewalk. She has to cut them. Those dogs taking their nap in here. What's their names?
Jake and Little Man. Jake and Little Man.
Jake and what?
Little Man.
Little man? Is the little and the little man?
Yep. He used to be, now he's fat. So, my nose is so.
I'm trying to think how you could, what you can do to this living room.
Well, what we want to do, like, furniture-wise, is we want to get like a sectional.
Let me ask you this question. I don't see a single picture on the wall. Do you need scenery pictures?
I don't know what kind of pictures I'm gonna put up yet. I'm just
Well, I just said scenery because you've got personal pictures up there on the mantle.
right.
So I'm saying scenery. Like, see, I have this great big huge woodland scene, and I've had it forever. It used to be above my fireplace, now it's above my love seat.
Yeah.
And and then I have two. Mike gave me one, and Mike gave Cindy one, and Cindy winds up and gives me hers, because she didn't have a place for it. So I have two beautiful paintings, and one of them is a real place, because we had some visitors once there at our church, and I had them come and go home with us after church. We just had milk and cookies, but it was just something to get acquainted, because they were here from Washington. And she saw that picture and she knows exactly. It was really it's a real place out there that she's been to. So then she sent me a card with the picture on it, and I stuck it down inside of it. So see, I've got one wall, I've got this beautiful scene. This other than these two beautiful pictures. And then this artist, she's got backward insurance, she can't pay anymore. She used to paint a special picture every year, and at our general conference, it was auctioned off. The highest bidder got it, but it was to raise money for Harvest Time, which is our radio broadcast, national radio or international radio broadcast, Harvest Time. And that brought in a lot of money. I have some of her pictures. I wouldn't take anything in the world for them. See, they sold them. They were later then they were selling copies of them in the bookstore at the general conference, and I grabbed them because I knew who painted them and how precious they were. So I have one, two. I run out of wall space to have one of them sitting down at the end of the hallway. I run out of places to put on the wall. But one of them makes me think of Mother Reed when she lived on a farm, and this is my mother-in-law, and she would cook a big meal, and then they raised cotton, and the cotton pickers would come help them pick cotton, and she would call them to come eat, you know. And this is a picture of a lady out on her front porch, and I just figure she's calling them all in to eat, and it makes me think of her. So that's one of the paintings. And the other is an old-fashioned picture of a church with when people come to church in wagons and on horseback.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll be coming in with a wagon load of little girls all dressed up in their pretty bonnets and pretty dresses their mother made them, going to church. So that's another one that she did. So I treasure those. Through the woods to grandfather's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through many mounds of snow. Over the river and through the woods, trot fast, my dapple gray. Hooray, da 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 da.
Da-da,
Here's the
da-da.
pudding done. Hooray for the apple pie.
That's very good.